Tamara Lachey Deloach, a 32-year-old pregnant woman, was found dead in her York, Pennsylvania apartment on May 18, 2022. The cause of death was determined to be multiple stab wounds to the neck, chest, back, shoulders, and head. Terrence Brabham, a man wanted for questioning in connection with Deloach's death, turned himself in to authorities on May 24, 2022. He was charged with 1 count of homicide. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining my channel today. This is the story of Tamara Deloach, age 32 at this time. Tamara was a mother of 1 son. At the time of her murder, she was carrying another child, a daughter whom she always prayed for. Tamara was known for being outgoing, loving, always there when anyone needed her, and the life of the party. She also loved taking pictures. Tamara grew up fairly religious in a Jehovah's Witness household with her grandmother, so as you may know, it was a pretty strict and religious home. Tamara was adopted and raised by her grandmother at a very young age. As Tamara grew older, despite all the trials and tribulations she had overcame, Tamara graduated from high school and became a beautiful, loving, and independent woman trying to navigate through life. Tamara met Brabham at some point in her late teens. She became pregnant and gave birth to their son in 2009, when she was about 20 years old. Tamara and Terrence broke up sometime after that, which was when Brabham sued for custody in June 2009, according to court records. A judge decided to grant joint custody and named Tamara the primary caretaker. Tamara and Brabham resumed their relationship and lived together again for about a year, which a judge said voided the original order. But unfortunately, this did not last long. And in September of 2014, Brabham again sued for custody of their son. Tamara accused Brabham of only wanting custody of their son to get out of paying child support. She also worried about his alleged drug and alcohol use. But Brabham, on the other hand, argued against Deloach's living situation, stating it was unstable since she'd moved frequently over a few years. He also mentioned how she had a recent DUI arrest on record. The case went to trial, and in February of 2015, a judge granted them joint custody of their son, but with an agreement that Deloach wouldn't get physical custody until she completed a custody workshop. But the situation appeared to sour even further over the next year and a half, and Brabham filed for sole custody of their son and won an order in April 2016, in which Deloach's physical custody was downgraded to just supervised visitation. Deloach's family alleged Brabham and his family messed with visitation times by keeping her son away from her and controlling him, stating, Brabham loved to be in control. Tamara family stated, Tamara hid her pain and deflected people from it by trying to make other people smile, saying, Tamara had a lot of energy and loved to see everyone happy, even though she was so unhappy. When Tamara would be around other kids and other families with their babies, it would hurt her so much that she didn't have her son with her, her family stated. Sadly, Tamara began picking up a criminal record during the custody fights. Tamara had never been in trouble before. As stated earlier, she was arrested in April 2014 on driving under the influence charges in Lancaster County. Deloach also faced a theft case in Lancaster County and a summary retail theft case in York County that same year. She was arrested again in another DUI case in York County in January 2016. Unfortunately, many believe the worsening situation with Brabham drove her to alcohol. Terrence also began to rack up criminal charges. In 2015, according to court records, Brabham received harassment charges. This arrests came up when the two sides went back to trial in August of 2016. During that trial, a judge believed that after Brabham was granted sole physical custody of his son, he began to neglect him. Brabham seemed to lack on the duties DeLoach efficiently covered, and a judge suspected he left most of the parenting to his mother to take care of. A judge also suspected he dodged a drug test for weeks until he was clean. Their son, age 7 at the time, was visibly affected by all of this dysfunction between the two parents. He was severely traumatized, no longer smiling, no longer excited, no longer the joyful boy he used to be. In 2016, a judge ordered shared legal custody of the child, upholding the earlier order by granting Brabham primary physical custody and giving Tamara partial supervised custody. Tamara didn't give up, and a couple of months after the ruling, she accused Brabham of contempt by interfering with her custody times and phone privileges with her son. She wanted the supervision requirement dropped, but Brabham argued DeLoach didn't have an appropriate supervisor with her when she came to visit. Unfortunately for Tamara, nothing changed. DeLoach was actually told to get a risk of harm evaluation, which she apparently struggled to complete. A judge dismissed DeLoach's petition in January 2018, though DeLoach eventually got the evaluation completed. Since she was out of work and couldn't pay the evaluator, the judge kept her 2016 custody order intact. The case then went quiet for about 4 years, according to court records. But some friends of Tamara stated during that time Tamara was trying to get a job and her life back together, trying her best to stay cordial with Brabham, many times performing sexual acts for him in order to see her son, friends close to Tamara claimed. Eventually, in 2022, Tamara moved into her apartment along North State Street in York, Pennsylvania. In February of 2002, a petition for contempt of the custody order was filed, and another petition to modify the order was filed May 6th, just 11 days before DeLoach's death. By then, Tamara had a new boyfriend and was about 5 months pregnant with a daughter that she had always wanted. She was so happy and finally in a good space, but unfortunately for Tamara, Brabham had other plans for her. On May 17, 2022, York City Police said Brabham didn't go to work, although his family believed he was in fact at work, working overtime. Instead, Brabham allegedly went to Tamara's new apartment. Surveillance video showed a man matching his description walk out the front door shortly after 10 p.m. The same man returned an hour later, carrying what looked like a jug of bleach. Another half hour later, around 11:40 p.m., a different person walked into the house, while the man police allege was Brabham was seen jumping from a second-story kitchen window down to the sidewalk below. Police were then called, possibly due to blood found in the hallway of the apartment building. Police arrived, and they found Tamara DeLoach's lifeless body, along with blood spatter throughout the entire apartment, including on the windowsill and the sidewalk where the man had jumped. An autopsy showed that she had been stabbed multiple times in the neck, chest area, back, shoulders, and back of the head. It also revealed that she was pregnant. As detectives investigated Brabham's connection to DeLoach, they learned he was her son's father and that she was seeking custody of the boy. Police also alleged he was angry she was pregnant again. While detectives couldn't find him, they searched his car parked at his home. The complaint shows they found blood on the center console and blood stains around the driver's seat. Investigators learned Brabham's phone was last used around 10:12 p.m. the night of May 17th, then went dark after that. He got a new phone number sometime later. Tamara's phone was also last active earlier that night while she had a conversation with a friend. Police said investigators have still never been able to find her phone. Brabham came forward with his attorney in June of 2022 and turned himself in. Police noticed cuts across 2 fingers of his right hand, and he couldn't bend them, and also the man seen in the surveillance video walking from DeLoach's home was cradling his right hand. Police also noted Brabham wore the same style of boots as the man in the video. Brabham has his DNA took and was then arrested and charged in DeLoach's death. After taking Brabham DNA, police alleged that in his DNA matched to a sample taken from a bandana used in an armed robbery in November 2015. The situation occurred in the middle of the custody fights between Brabham and DeLoach. Currently, he is in jail awaiting trial for both Tamara and her daughter's murder, and the robbery. Trial is intended to take place December of 2025, considering he pled not guilty. Thank you for watching my video. Please comment, like, and subscribe for more updates. Also, domestic violence is never okay. If you or anyone you love may be in a domestic violence situation, please leave and get help.